Hello guys, Dr. Ahmed here. So we're back again for another video. Today we're talking all about sunscreen or SPF. A question that you might ask yourself, why should I care about this? SPF or sunscreen is so important because unless you want to look like a shriveled prune, you need to wear it every single day. What can the sun do to your skin? The main one is aging. So the sun is actually the #1 cause of aging because photo damage to your skin makes your skin dehydrated, gives you those wrinkles, and it just doesn't give you a nice look. Number 2, high pigmentation. So obviously we have melanin in our skin. When the sun rays hits those melanocytes, it produces more and more melanin. And most importantly, why should you care? Skin cancer. So obviously sunlight is the #1 cause of skin cancer out there. And the way to protect ourselves is by using good quality, high strength SPF cream or sunscreen. So guys, don't know about you, but I love to ask questions. Just so information is nice and easy to digest out there. So I've got a few questions that we're going to be answering today just to make the video nice and easy to follow. What about sun rays that is damaging to our skin? We need to think of UV or ultraviolet. To be completely honest with you, there are many different types of that out there, but for simplicity, we're going to go for UVA and UVB. So I think about it, UVB is all about burning. So this is the one that when you're on the beach, having fun, drinking a margarita out there, it's causing damage and burning to your skin. And UVA is all about aging. A, aging, B, burning. UVB, even though it only makes a very small part of the ultraviolet rays, it's small but mighty. So it's actually the #1 cause of skin cancer within the ultraviolet family. So it's very, very important for us to focus on UVB, even though it's a teeny tiny little bit of the overall ultraviolet umbrella. UVA on the other hand, as I mentioned earlier, it's all about aging. So actually, because it penetrates a lot deeper into your skin, it can get into the collagen and elastin deeper in your skin. And think about collagen and elastin as they're doing this to each other. They're holding it tight to give you that nice, youthful appearance. Ultraviolet A goes in and breaks those bonds. So that elastin and that collagen can't hold together and give you lovely, youthful skin. And it gives you signs of aging. One of the questions that I get asked all the time, especially at the moment during the pandemic, is, Dr. Ahmed, I'm working from home. Do I still need to use my SPF cream on my sunscreen? Absolutely. Because UVA specifically, that little bastard can go through the window and still cause skin damage as much as if you're laying outside in the sun. Because it really penetrates easily through the window right there to cause damage to your skin. So absolutely. The next question that I get asked a lot is like, great, Dr. Ahmed, I use my sunscreen every single day. Does it need to be broad spectrum? The answer is absolutely, because broad spectrum is the fancy way of saying it covers both UVA and UVB. So if your SPF cream doesn't say that, it means it only covers for UVB rather than UVA as well. And as we said, UVA is all about aging, and we want to look young forever. So moving on, guys, what does SPF actually mean? So SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor. And essentially it means how much longer it will take your skin to burn in the same amount of sun exposure. So for example, if you are on the beach, having fun, living your best life with a SPF, and it takes you, say, 10 minutes to burn, but then if you apply SPF 50, how long will it take you to burn? It should take it 50 times more than without SPF. Talking about SPF 50 and SPF 30 and so on, does it actually mean that it's 30 times, 50 times more protective? Not exactly, because it's a bit of a bell curve. So definition of bell curve right there. What that means is that actually the comparison of protection between, say, SPF 30 to 40 or 40 to 50 is quite significant. So this is why I always recommend go for SPF 50, because it's the best one when it comes to protecting your skin. So moving on, guys, to types of SPF, and this is where people get really confused. Broadly speaking, there are 2 types of SPF, physical and chemical. Okay, from the get-go, physical is better, but chemical is cheaper. So actually chemical is a lot more popular in drugstores, whereas physical is a little bit more prescription usually. So let's break it down. So starting with the chemical SPFs. So essentially, these are basically light filters. So when the light hits your skin, it reacts with the chemical SPF, the lights get neutralized, and your skin stays nice and healthy. However, think about it. Something is occurring on the surface of your skin. There's a chemical reaction, which means that reaction could be a little bit irritating for some skins. So for example, if you have sensitive skin or you're a person of color that can't particularly afford any damage on your skin because of risks of hyperpigmentation, it's more likely to get irritation and hyperpigmentation from chemical SPFs. Next up, physical SPF. So these have ingredients like titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, and essentially these are minerals that reflect light but also absorb some of the light. So none of that goes into your skin, or a minimal amount generally speaking. So sounds great, it works really well, we like it. So what's the downside? As you guys know, nothing in life is all positive. The downside is, to be completely honest with you, is the white cast, because a lot of these minerals have a white sheen to them, which means that if you're a person of color, applying this on your skin, it might give you that white chick appearance, and that is not a cute look that we want to go for. So picking your SPF, if you're a person of color, could be a little bit tricky, and this is where, a dermatologist or a skin doctor comes in, because we have some tips and tricks to give you the best protection when it comes to the sun without any of that white cast. If you guys rewind back to your high school days, as you guys know, white generally reflects light, so that white cast on your skin from the physical SPF could be quite effective at giving an extra layer of protection by reflecting as well the sunlight. Just to summarize the last bit of the video, essentially chemical could be quite good at giving you a nice and neutral appearance to your skin. However, it could be a bit more irritating. Physical, very, very effective, but it can give you a white cast to your skin. Plus, physical could be a little bit more expensive because it's more expensive to make. So if you're a little bit short on your dollars, yens, pesos, dinars, maybe chemical could be a better option for you. So generally guys, one of the most common questions I get is how to use SPF and how much of it. So let's start with the latter. How much SPF? I always measure it with the finger. So you essentially, to cover your face and neck, you'd need 2 fingers worth of SPF. So just apply it along your finger, and that's the amount that you need. Dab, 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 apply that everywhere, and then rub it in. If you're a little bit cheeky, you might ask yourself, Dr. Ahmed, do I need to apply my SPF every single morning? The answer is, not just every morning, but every 2 hours, because most of the SPFs get oxidized on your skin, and it's not active after 2 to 3 hours. So yes, every 2 to 3 hours, 2 fingers worth every day. This next bit, guys, is more if you get hyperpigmentation or melasma or any kind of thing to do with pigment generally. There's something that our skin does called triggering. What it means is that, say one specific area, I point up cheeks because that's the most common area generally, gets pigment, and even though say your forehead doesn't, it might signal the cells to the other bit of your face saying like, by the way, I'm triggered by the sun. So you start hyperpigmenting everywhere. So guys, last bit of the video, what are my recommendations? So I've picked 3 SPFs out there, a chemical, a physical, and a mix. So the chemical, one of my favorites out there is the La Roche-Posay Antharios SPF 50. This is a really nice chemical SPF. However, it has denatured alcohol, which could be a little bit irritating for your skin and a bit drying. So if you do get dry skin, if you are a person of color, a bit of hyperpigmentation, this might cause a bit of trouble for your skin. So I would say avoid this one. Otherwise, it's a nice option. The next one, guys, I can never remember the name of because it's such a long name, so I'm gonna read it out. It's the Drunk Elephant Umbrella Sheer Physical Daily Defense SPF 30. So this is obviously a physical SPF, really, really nice, sits lovely on your skin, not too much of a white cast, but then again, it is an SPF 30. So I always recommend 50, but as a kind of an introductory product, it's a nice one. My personal favorite, and the one I use myself, is the Obagi Sun Shield. It's SPF 50, and it's actually a combination of chemical and physical SPF. It's really, really nice and protective. It could be a little bit thick on your skin, so if you wear makeup, it could kind of double up as a primer. The only issue with it is that it does leave a bit of a white cast. So I always suggest is that dab, 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 but really rub it into your skin. Otherwise, it's a lovely product. This brings us to the end of today's video. Hopefully you find it useful. If you have, or if you've got any more questions, leave us a little comment in the comment section below. Thumbs up, subscribe if you've enjoyed. Please, please, please follow me on Instagram, and see you soon for another video. Bye guys.